Hey everybody, come on in. This is the Daily Bern, the war room of the political revolution. This is a daily motivational show that we do here each day for all of us that are out there fighting in this political revolution in order to change our government and our society into one that works for the people instead of endless greed and corporate welfare and endless war. We're not in support of that. We don't want that. We want better, and we can have better. And that's what we're setting out to do. So get this out, share this with your friends, and invite your friends. This only gets out if we share it. I'm sharing it a little bit, but you share it too for me and get this out. Spread the word. This is a motivational show for all of us that are fighting. So spread it out. Put it in blue no matter who groups. Put it in Democrat groups. Don't just share it to Bernie places. Put it everywhere. Get this message out in front of people, because what people need to understand is that, well, they need to understand a few things. The most important thing that people need to understand is that we are in a fight. This is a fight. It's just not one that we've ever been taught about. We don't get taught in school how to participate in democracy, but this is how it happens. This is how change takes place. It's always been how change takes place. It's the only way that change takes place. So historically, we're heading in the right direction. It's not just belief in this movement or belief in this revolution, which I do have a deep belief in. It's true historically. This is the right thing to do. We are on the right path. We are heading in the right direction. We are actually doing a fantastic job. That's what we stress here. We talk about what we're up against on the Daily Bern, but we focus on our achievements as well and how well we're doing and the fact that we are the front runners and we have the momentum needed to win. We are the only candidate that beats Donald Trump. If you're being realistic, Bernie Sanders is the only one with a chance to beat Donald Trump in an election. So if you're blue no matter who, if that's the way you feel, you need to be supporting Bernie Sanders. Or sit the primary out. Just if you really don't care, if you really don't care who the nominee is, if it really doesn't matter to you, just sit the primary out and let us vet the candidates, let us pick the best candidate, and then come back in and join us and help us beat Donald Trump. Because Bernie will defeat Donald Trump. And if you want to defeat Donald Trump, you need to defeat him with ideas, with hope, not, I'm not Donald Trump. None of these other establishment shills. And I'm just being honest with you. I know I host a Bernie show and I am Bernie or bust. I've been asked that. I thought that was pretty clear. This is a Bernie or bust situation. And even though I feel that way, I forget where I was going with this, because I don't even like talking about things that aren't focusing on winning. We are winning. And we are doing everything that needs to happen to win. I don't understand why I see more than one people, more than one person here. And we're having a watch party and we're live, but it just says there's one. I think maybe my phone froze up. That happens sometimes. But comment if you're here. Let me know you're here because it says there's a few people here, but on my phone, I'm not getting your comments yet. I'll try reloading it, but that's what distracted me. When you do live feeds, that happens from time to time. But what we focus on here and on this show every day, and why I made this show, is because our role in this fight is really just staying our ground. And that's why we're burning your bus. That's why that's the way it is. You can't win with your strategy. Your strategy won't win. It's not acceptable anymore. That was proven to you when Queen Hillary failed to be coronated. When that happened, it should have been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the establishment um, way of things is not going to fly anymore. It's not acceptable. People don't, it's not inspiring people to vote. It's not inspiring anyone. It's not getting any excitement. And the fear of not getting the scraps that are being offered, just scraps, is not enough to get us to fall in line anymore. We're standing our ground. We're standing up. And right now we're standing up in a massive way. And that's what I believe in. Last night I had an interview with a Trump supporter, and he asked me why I support Bernie. And I told him what I mostly support is the movement, this revolution, us. And the fact that Bernie is empowering the people. Bernie is telling us that we have to do this. And that is absolutely true. This won't happen unless we do. Unless we do everything we can to make it happen, it won't happen. So, without action, without us doing the work, there will be no progress made. But if we do the work, then it is unlimited what we can achieve. It really is. We can do anything we want if we set our mind to it, decide that that's what we want. We're going after that. We're not taking no for an answer. We're not here to negotiate. And we do the work. We have to be consistent and do the work. That's important. I always ask that you pick something, anything, but just something that you can do. Whatever's inside of your strengths and your abilities. Be realistic because you're going to have to stick with it. Because that's the second part of what I ask, that you do that every day. So, whatever you decide, I'm going to do this for the revolution. Every day you got to do it. Even when you don't feel like doing it. And no matter what you pick, even if you pick something you love, there's going to be days where you don't feel like doing it. But if you keep doing it and push through those days, we're going to achieve it. We will. I fully believe that. And belief is very important. And Bernie spent a lot of time talking about that in the last few speeches about the power of belief. What you believe in, what you believe is true, you end up convincing yourself of. You'll make it true, whether it is or not. You know, it's just a fact. Your mind is very powerful, and what you feed it ends up presenting itself in your reality. And if you're feeding it negativity, if you're telling yourself all the time, can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that, then you can't. But if you're telling yourself that you can, and you're living with hope and belief, and then you're putting in the work, you can do absolutely anything you want. And what we want to do is make massive change to a corrupt, rigged system. And we can do it. We absolutely can. That's why I'm in this fight. That's why I believe in it so much. Because this is the way that it happens. It's the way that it always has. Everything that's ever been accomplished happened like this. So I believe in it. I believe this will work to my core, enough that I felt like I needed to host a show to try to get others to believe it that deeply. That's what we need. Because the media, the things we're up against, like the media, that's the biggest weapon that will be used against us consistently. They are a tool of deception. The mainstream media is weaponized propaganda. They control the narrative, they control public perception of reality. We're going to get into that more later on Yankee Rants. But they make it to where the average person lives in a lie, where they don't even fully understand what's going on around them. So that's being used against us. They're hiding the fact that this revolution is even taking place from the average person. The average person thinks that Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren is the front runner, and that, crazy old Bernie's bringing up the rear. But in reality, the only one with any real support is Bernie Sanders. And they're hiding that from the average person, and they will continue to hide that. And that can break your spirit when you think about what we're up against. 200 something channels of nonstop propaganda and lies and twisting of the truth and distorting the narrative. That's a lot. It can get overwhelming. But all we have to do is stay determined, stay focused. Don't allow them to break your will. Keep your mind right and stay determined and on the belief that we can achieve this, and then keep moving forward towards achieving it. And we will. It's that simple. We're not going to let them tell us no. They're going to tell us no over and over again. It's impossible. You can't have this. It's always impossible till it's done. It's a Nelson Mandela quote that Bernie used the other day in a speech, but it's true. Everyone will tell you that you can't. People line up to tell you you can't do something. But if you don't listen to that, 98% of people are unsuccessful and 2% of people are successful because 2% of people don't listen when they're told no. 98% of people, when you tell them no, they give up, quit. All right, I guess I can't have that. I'll have to refocus my dreams and my goals and make them fit your parameters so that I can achieve them. But people that are successful, they take that no and then they adapt, like, and figure out a way around it, a way under it, a way above it, some way around it, some way to keep moving forward towards what they want to achieve. They don't cave or give in on what their goal is. They stay focused on it, and that's why they achieve it. They believe in it. They work on their mind and their mentality and keeping that strong so that all of the negative that you can't do anything about that exists, even if we didn't have the media, something else would be there fighting us. The negative is always there. It's just don't give it the power. You choose what has power in your reality. We also end up forming our reality by what we accept and what we tolerate. If we stop tolerating the intolerable, like greed, that is suffocating society, then we can start eliminating it. But tolerating it and looking away is what is allowing it to happen, and always has been what allows it to happen. It doesn't have to continue, it doesn't have to go on. We can do what's necessary to change it, and we are. So I want to make sure everyone understands that A, it's possible, and B, it's being done right now. So join us. I put a link in the description of every Daily Bern to berniesanders.com. Go there, see if there's any way that you can help out. There's tons of ways to volunteer or donate any amount, even if all you can give is $1. One of the favorite comments I get during a Daily Burn is, I'm going to give right after this. I love hearing that because this is a completely publicly funded campaign. Bernie is not and will not take big money, doesn't want it. Works for the people. It's kind of a beautiful thing, but it's expensive to run for president. So if you can afford to, please donate any amount. Something else, and I'm going to eventually quit pushing this when I start seeing more of them, but it hasn't happened yet. So until then, I'm going to keep telling you to get a Bernie bumper sticker while you're there. This thing is, if you just buy the sticker, it's $5, I think. But usually they give you one when you donate for free. And I've been given two just along the way during the campaign. The only one I actually had to pay for was the FDR one. I got the round one that's old style and looks like the FDR style. And that one I had to pay for. And it was on back order forever too. It took me forever to get it. I never thought I was going to get it, but I finally did. But get you a bumper sticker. Those things really do create a lot of excitement. The campaign calls it bumper sticker support. They want you to get them and they push them. It's written on the back of the bumper sticker actually about why they want them out there. And it makes perfect sense because mine start endless conversations. Hey, is that your car with the Bernie stickers? And then we get to talk about different things. That's how you make this happen, by creating opportunities. And the bumper stickers do that. And they also create excitement. And that's what's going to help grow. That's what's going to help us moving forward, is creating excitement and inspiring people, inspiring them and informing them. People want these things. People want Medicare for all. Pete Buttigieg says Medicare for all who want it. Well, everyone wants it, Pete. 70%, over 70% of the people support Medicare for all and want it. People aren't happy with this greed-driven system, and healthcare is a human right. And most people agree with that. Society agrees. What he doesn't agree with, what he's afraid of, and what the establishment is trying so desperately hard to hold on to, is all the money that they're making off of us. They're parasites. They're feeding off of us like vampires, enriching themselves off our health, holding us for ransom, making us pay 16 times more for the same medicine than they pay in other countries. And the reason why is we are the only country in our economic status to not guarantee health care to their people and to allow this greed-based system for health care. It's ridiculous that health care is so expensive and things are priced out of people's reach, and that people have to ration their medicine or not take enough of their medicine to survive, to live, because they can't afford it. And it's not because they don't work hard enough. It shouldn't even have to be something that you work for. It is a human right. What is the point of society if we're not going to take care of our people? What is any of it for then? Any of it at all? We have to take care of people. You have to have a passionate society, at least a society of justice, where we try to do the right. That's the society I want to be a part of. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in looking away at injustice. And I don't believe in, well, you didn't work hard enough, or you don't deserve this, or, you know, taking like taking lunches away from kids at school over lunch debt. Bernie wants to make 3 meals a day free at school. Can't learn if you're hungry. We're not feeding the kids at school. Come on. We're not talking about free stuff, by the way, too. Stop looking at it as free stuff. These kids at school deserve to get a lunch, and they deserve to not be hungry, and they deserve to not worry about money when they get that lunch. And the teachers in those schools deserve to a living wage. Bernie wants $60,000 minimum for teachers. This is all possible, and it's paid for with your taxes. It's not free. You're just using your taxes differently than they're being used now. Instead of endless war and corporate welfare, which is what we're using them for now, we're going to make the rich pay their taxes, and we're going to use the money to pay for things for society instead of corporate bailouts, corporate tax breaks, um, you name it. Instead of all these enrichment plans and programs for the rich, we're going to start enriching society, investing in the future. And only us taking over the government will do that. We have to do this in some way. We're being presented a fantastic opportunity to do it politically, so let's do it. But we're going to have to realize that that's going to take massive commitment on our end and ownership of the fact that this is our fight and is up to us and will not happen if we don't do it, if we don't do the work. So do whatever you can, just do all you can. And if you do, if enough of us do, and we really commit to this, we will win. There will be nothing that can stop us. Absolutely nothing, no matter what they do. And they will rig it in every way possible. And we could go on about all the ways that they could rig it and all the ways that they will rig it. But haven't we seen it already? We lived through it, right? We know their playbook. We pretty much know everything they're going to do. And we've seen it all go down. So they'll throw new things at us. I'm sure there's curveballs. Don't think I don't know that there's curveballs in there awaiting us, things we haven't thought of yet. Hell, they're already bringing in phone voting in the caucuses. That's going to be a bad thing. But these things aren't going to matter if we do what we need to do. If we realize that we have to overwhelm their rigged system with our numbers, we have to take it over. The people, that's what I believe in, is us. Us doing the right thing, us realizing this is what has to happen, and doing the work and moving it forward and making it happen. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm fighting for, is for us and for the future. And I'm doing that because I believe in it. And I believe that if we do this, we will win. And if we stay involved and stay active and actually take it all to heart and own it and make this our fight, we can make all of this change happen. Massive change. We can change this world. We really can. It is possible. And it's happening. So be a part of it. Do all you can in the fight. And in the end, if we lose, at least you'll know you did all you could. Because if we lose, we're going to have to take to the streets. That's why it's a burn or bust situation. Change has to happen. The time is now. So let's take full advantage of this fantastic opportunity that we're being given and win this fight this way, the peaceful way. Because otherwise, they'll back us into a corner. They will make it inevitable that we have to defend ourselves. At some point, we need to consider self-defense. They will suck us dry financially, and they will drain the resources of this planet. They're trying to own all the water. They bought up all the land. They control everything. And we're talking about a handful of people. But only because they have this illusion over us that we're weak. If we would rise above that and realize that we have massive strength and we overwhelm them and own the fact that this is the way change has always taken place and just do what we need to do, which is overwhelm their system, overwhelm them with our numbers. That's the only thing that wins it. That's the only thing that ends this rigged game. And the only way we're going to be able to make changes to the rigged game, because we just don't have time. Got to do this. I really feel like this has to happen. If you feel that way too, do all you can and help us win. And that's what's going to happen. We are going to win. And the reason is, I think a lot of us understand that we have to. It's the severity of the situation. We have to. We have to do all we can, and we have to make this happen. Because if not, there is no future. And like I said, they will back us into a corner, and we will have to fight. And I worry that the American people won't. I worry that we're so spoiled and lazy and weak that we won't fight and won't rise up. I'm afraid sometimes of the future, but this revolution gives me hope, and I feel like we're going to win. So let's keep doing what you do. All you're doing, do all you can. I see you out there. Keep fighting. Wake the others. Realize we have to wake the others. We have to be the media, and we have to do the work. And if we do that, we're going to win. Not Bernie, us. Thanks for watching the Daily Bern, guys. We do this every day at 7 p.m. Central. It's a motivational show to help us in the fight. A place for us to gather if you're having a bad day, and tune in, and you'll always have somebody here telling you to keep going. Keep fighting out there. So come back and see us tomorrow at 7, and we'll have a brand new episode. But thanks for watching, and share this out. Be the media. Help get it out there that we can win. We're going to win. Because we have to win. So do all you can. Keep fighting out there. I'll see you at 8 o'clock for Yankee Rants. Thanks for watching.